the pads for 5-6 minutes. Interesting. Must be the haircut.
I think the haircut is a statement. I think that this is serious business for Anthony Joshua. Let's bring him over here. AJ, great to see you. First of all, the reception here, as always, a good one, but an incredible place, isn't it, the York Hall, Bethnal Green? It's full of history, full of so much legacy over the years.
So much legacy. First of all, thank you all for coming out. And secondly, who agrees with me that they need to put an AC in here or something? It's hot in here tonight. It's definitely hot in here tonight, but it's a good venue for the fighters, for nights like this, and whatever else they do here.
And he was just telling us you haven't cut your hair. It was the quickest workout you've ever done 3 days before a fight. It looked really intense and serious to us tonight.
Did it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just tired, usual routine, hundreds of rounds of sparring, thousands of punches thrown back at me, and it's the business end now. Fight night Saturday, so locked in.
Why increase the sparring particularly for this one against Povetkin?
It's a good question. I don't really control the amount of rounds I do or who I'm sparring, but if coach says do 100, 200, 300, 400 rounds, it's what I've got to complete during camp.
Let's stop right there for a minute. He's looking in phenomenal shape, but he's always looking in phenomenal shape, right? Meaning that I'm hoping he stays around that 240, 245 pound range. This was early today at his media workout. It's 4:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, September the 19th, 2018. And a lot on his shoulders, man. You can see it. For example, I was looking. He fought, let's see, Klitschko. No, let's start with Takam. He fought Takam at the end of October of last year. Then back at the end of March for Joseph Parker, then this weekend, September the 22nd for Povetkin. So after this, that's going to be a nice little break for him, you know. And I'm thinking, you know, right now he's probably feeling it because remember the Takam fight, it was a lot of build up around there. It was supposed to be Pulev first. But the Takam fight was the fight after Klitschko. It's like, you know, you're a star now. It was a lot riding on that and a lot of promotion and, you know, groundwork put into that. You know, even if the opponent was just Carlos Takam. You see what I'm saying? But it was the first fight after Klitschko. Then the Joseph Parker fight, another big, massive fight. You know, he had to really show. He went 12 rounds. He had to really show that he can box, that he can sustain stamina, endurance, you know, for 12 rounds and beat somebody, in my opinion, the biggest win of his career. You say Klitschko is the biggest financial win, but to me, as far as skill-wise, somebody in their prime, to me, Joseph Parker, right? Now he's going in there against another guy, even though he's 39, Alexander Povetkin, who I'm going to be like, yo, that's another nice-ass feather in your cap, right? So for him to have Klitschko, Parker, and Povetkin on his cap, big fucking deal to me. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. He held a media workout earlier today. It really wasn't, you know, too much. You know, he just did, you know, a little jumping, you know, a little shadow boxing. I want to find out what those gloves are that he's using. Like, is that some type of something from JD Sports or whatever? Also, somebody pointed out to me that, you know, he's Mr. Nice Guy because of all the sponsors and everything that he has. For example, you notice AJ always says the right thing. You know, he's always, you know, saying the things that, you know, the fans and the media in regards to, you know, being Mr. Nice Guy. And that's all cool and everything. But sometimes people do want to see a little fire in him because sometimes it comes off a little scripted. But at the same time, you know, tomatoes, you know, it's really no big deal as long as he's putting butts in seats. Also, let's talk about it. Listen. The fight is being streamed over here in the States on Dazn. Now, streaming is the future. Streaming in regards to on your phone, on your tablet, casting to your television, it's the future. So a lot of people are like, man, you know, I want to watch this shit on TV and all that. Listen, you got to get with the times. And they understand, for example, a guy like Bob Arum understands that even though he's, what, 85, 86, 87, he's close about 86. He'll be 86, I think, soon or something like that. Regardless, 86 or 87. But regardless, he understands that, listen, after he's gone, you know, and it was a little morbid to talk about, he knows that the streaming is the future for Top Rank. You see what I'm saying? So right now, over here in the United States, unfortunately, there's no buzz for Joshua versus Povetkin over here in the States. Of course, if he loses, then people are going to be like, oh, shit, you know, yeah, all of a sudden, somehow, everybody watched the fight, right? Everybody's going to be watching this fight because it's Anthony Joshua, but they don't want to admit it. And they're saying they're not going to buy this platform even though this fight is free. All you got to do is give up your PayPal or your credit card. You can cancel if you want. But right now, I understand how people feel in regards to, you know, he has, you know, with the Wilder situation, it put a bad taste in a lot of American fans' mouths. You know, casuals, hardcores, media. It just, you know, the way it would have been great if they just would have went straight with Povetkin and not even engaged in talks with Wilder. Yeah, they could have said, well, you know, he didn't want to come to the table. He was ducking, but it would have been a whole lot better than the way people are reacting to it now. You see what I'm saying? For example, this Wilder versus Joshua shit has spilled over into the way fans feel about the zone because Eddie Hearn is involved in it. You know, it's all bullshit, but whatever the case, I said it in numerous videos and people say the zone is paying you. Hell no. You know, I wish. But they're not. And yes, they gave me that shit free. So the only problem is, it's like I used to have a whole bunch of shit on my walls. So it looks like it's like the only shit that I have. And it's like, you know, like, damn, my chair just, there we go. But no, I plan on like decorating like more stuff, you know, from Showtime, you know, whatever's left of HBO, ESPN, all that. So that's not just like, you know, some intentional product placement. I'm just trying to get things more, you know, like decorated around here. But anyway, I'm going to be covering the fight. I see no reason why people should be saying that this fight is going to be a mismatch when if you look at Povetkin's record, you know, from the names all the way down, like he was a very hot prospect, you know, and people say, man, I'm not watching that cheat and everything like that. It's like, bro, like, if he's a cheat, then Joshua's going to fight him. He's fighting a cheat. Remember, lose or tease. Y'all watch that shit? I'm on the fence on if he really cheated or not. I don't want to talk about it. You know, Chris Bird, Eddie Chambers. This was back in the late 2000s, 2007, 2008. Eddie Chambers, Nikolai Further, Ruslan Chagiev, Marco Hu, Kasim Rahman, Andre Warzak. Wilder was supposed to fight him. He failed the drug test. Wladimir Klitschko, don't get me talking about that fight. Manuel Char, he's the current WBA world champion, by the way. Carlos Takam back in 2014. Mike Perez, Marie Juan, Johan Duhaupas, Christian Hammer, Tyson Fury beat him. You know, if you look at David Price, crazy-ass resume. Let's listen to a little bit more of this.
So if my trainer's around somewhere, he'll be able to answer that. But I've just had to go through it mentally on the days I didn't want to do it, push myself, keep on sparring, and get the rounds under my belt.
The coach, you have huge respect for this terrific relationship with Robert McCracken. You outboxed Joseph Parker last time. What is going to happen Saturday? A very different opponent in Alexander Povetkin who can punch a lot. He's got the pedigree and he'll come forward and try and take you out.
Defend and counter. You know, first and third, ba-bam, defend, ba-bam, defend and counter, that's the key really. So you're starting off the combinations and you're finishing them off. And that kind of shuts opponents down, they start getting weary about what they're doing. Show them a bit too much respect, they get a bit confident, so you just got to kind of beat the fight out of them.
How dangerous do you feel Povetkin is as a challenger? He's ranked 3 in the Ring magazine, all the talk obviously about the likes of Wilder and Fury, but Povetkin has proved his class over the years. How tough could this be for you?
I think like, that's the same question we've been asking for years, right, amongst all my opponents. Because in the heavyweight division, not only are they talented, one punch changes the course of the fight. So we all know that story. So he's got that punching power, he's got a few knockouts on his record. But it's just down to me to handle business accordingly, right? So,
is the threat the left hook?
Everything, head, left hook. Not only that, right, it's how tough they are. How much do they want it? Because you could have the best attributes, look at me, tall, rangy. If I don't want to fight, I'm not going to give it. So he could have the best left hook in the world, but if I keep on punching him and breaking him down, it might stop him from doing that. So his attributes need to get shut down early, because he might have a good left hook, but I've got to annihilate that from early. You know, I'm coming from right hand, touch the body, comes up. He's got a lot of things in his locker, but we've got to shut him down early.
You've got to take control of that ring on your stage.
It's Matthew Macklin, by the way.
Wembley Stadium, you've put your...
Being a hoe with the... joking.
Your flag in the pole and said, look, I'm going to fight here, not just Saturday, also in April. This is my territory, my backyard.
It's all about territory. Everyone's welcome. The fans, the supporters, the fighters. We've got a massive undercard, another heavyweight fight going on, Kuzman and Price, cruiserweight, Okoli and Askin. It's a good night of boxing, so everyone's welcome. But yeah, I'll put my flag there. We've been having fun. The last time I was in Wembley was with Klitschko. I think Wembley brings out a good fight night in general, so now we're back again. I think Povetkin's the right opponent to bring that style of fight out of me.
It's always so hard in the heavyweight division with the spotlight on you, but do you think there's extra pressure on those shoulders to put a real statement out there with what's happening over with Wilder and Fury, with the fact you went the distance last time? Do you think you have to win by knockout?
No, I think naturally it's all about the W. The win's the most important thing. But yeah, knockout's always entertaining, always boosts up the stock. And good luck to Tyson and Wilder getting that fight done. Looking forward to that announcement. It'll be something we can all look forward to, and then we can look forward to the future after that.
It's a fantastic time, isn't it, for boxing generally? What are we going to see from AJ come Saturday night under the arch?
I might have to bring this bad boy back. Bosh, uppercut, knockout.
We'll see.
Fantastic. We wish you well.
Thank you very much.
We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to be covering the fight. We're going to be doing a live stream after. Tomorrow is the final press conference. Here's the card right here. The final press conference is going to be like 7 a.m. Eastern time. I don't know what time it's going to be in the UK. You guys are going to have to go look that shit up. Here's the card. Joshua Povetkin, obviously. You got Luke Campbell versus Yvonne Mindy. The winner will be the mandatory for Mikey Garcia's WBC title. You got Lawrence Okoli versus Matty Askin for the British title. Sergey Kuzman versus David Price. You know, people say David Price is going to get knocked out, but hey, you know, whatever. Shakram Gayasov versus Julio Laguna. Dana Zazo versus Tony Balak. And that's it. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.